my dad, Noboru Furuya, his whole thing was about helping the community. Back in those days, that was 1963, my dad was already active with Shiseido Cosmetics. And prior to that, at the same time, he had Nippon Theater. The Japanese community, the Issei, he wanted to provide them with, entertainment in their language. So the best way is through movies. Hoover Tateishi had approached him and asked him that if he wanted to be a part of the KZOO Radio.
KZOO Radio first went on the air on October 18, 1963, and a group of people got together and they formed the station. And initially, KZOO Radio was a multi-ethnic station, but the main programming was in Japanese during the day. Most of the programming on KZOO Radio is in the Japanese language. We do Japanese news, information, live call-ins, we play Japanese music.
The importance of having a Japanese language station is, again, 50 years later, it's like a revolving door. The Issei has faded away. We're probably into the Dokusei, the sixth generation, but we always have newcomers, new people to Hawaii, and we call them the Shin Issei, the new first generation.
They are a very good friend for the community in Hawaii. And I love many, many programs in KZOO station. And above all, the newly started program, KZOO 47. This is the program in which each local community in Japan has a chance to promote its culture and history.
KZOO Radio, we aired live sumo broadcasts from Japan. So the very interesting story was that Konishiki's mom's neighbor, who was Japanese, would bring over the transistor radio. So because of KZOO Radio, his mom was able to hear his first win on KZOO Radio while he was in Japan.
That's huge. And then to have one radio station to focus more about the Japanese news and what's happening in sumo really helped connect the people of Hawaii, especially the people that listen to KZOO, what was happening with us in the sumo world.
KZOO also not only broadcasts locally, but we do have programs in Japan. We have weekly programs to various cities throughout the Tokyo area.
David was very fortunate enough to work with his father at Shiseido. And then we both had other professions and careers that we were into, but in 1996, when David's dad developed Alzheimer's and Parkinson's, we decided that a member of the family should become involved in the daily operations. So David and I started, along with our partner, Cece Uehara.
The main reason for us being at KZOO was to see my dad's wishes through, that it survives for the community so that we could continue sharing culture, information.
Culture is something that I don't think we can buy in any culture. So it's good to try to keep the culture strong. And one of the most important things about culture is the language. We have to keep the language.
It has been the glue that binds the community together, culturally, historically, politically. It's not only kept us informed, but it's also been our voice. It's been the voice of the Japanese community. On behalf of the JCCH Board of Directors and the JCCH staff, I want to thank and congratulate KZOO Radio on its 50 years. They've shared the spirit of aloha all these years, for many years, and we look forward to their continued success.
You begin to realize that although you own the station, that's actually for the community. It's yours, but it's not yours. It's for the people.
Walking through Shirokio one day, this lady whacked me on the back and said, "Hey, Furuya, ganbatte yo. KZOO shika nai. Hang in there. There's only KZOO, and I listen to you every day." At that point, I felt, we didn't own the station. She owned the station. The listeners. It doesn't belong to us. It belongs to the listeners.